What if I told you that one simple habit is quietly draining your energy, killing your confidence, and keeping you stuck in life? You feel exhausted, unmotivated, and trapped in a cycle you can't escape. But what if the secret to self-control, confidence, and success has been in front of you all along? Stay with me, because after watching this, you'll never see this habit the same way again. If you want to keep improving and discover more ways to become your best self, make sure to subscribe and stay updated. Now let's get into it. Let's talk about something nobody likes to admit but almost everyone struggles with. Some say it's normal, harmless, even healthy. But have you ever stopped to question it? What if I told you that this so-called harmless habit is actually holding you back in ways you don't even realize? Each time you give in, your brain releases a flood of dopamine, the pleasure chemical. At first it feels good. But over time your brain gets addicted to easy pleasure. And just like any addiction, the side effects start to show. You feel tired, unmotivated. Your energy drops. Your drive to accomplish real goals fades away. Because your brain is already getting its reward, without you actually doing anything to earn it. The greatest minds in history knew this long before science confirmed it. They warned against overindulgence and the dangers of being controlled by desires. But why? And how can you use their wisdom to break free? Seneca, one of the greatest philosophers, once said, "No man is free who is a slave to his body." And that's exactly what happens when you let pleasure control you. Every time you give in, you reinforce weakness. You tell yourself, "I need this." But in reality, it's controlling you. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, believed in mastering desires, not being ruled by them. He knew that a man who can't control himself will never be truly free. The more you seek pleasure, the more you become its prisoner. The more you chase instant gratification, the further you move away from real fulfillment. But here's the truth. Every great man in history, from warriors to leaders to visionaries, had one thing in common. They controlled their desires. They didn't let their urges dictate their actions. And because of that, they achieved greatness while others stayed stuck. If you're ready to take back control, here's something that will help. Drop a comment below and say, "I will stay strong." Every time someone likes your comment, let that be a reminder to stay disciplined. Let's hold each other accountable. So how do you break free from this habit? How do you regain your power? It comes down to 3 simple but powerful steps. 1. Self-discipline, the key to freedom. Epictetus, another great philosopher, said, "No man is truly free who is not master of himself." This is where it starts. The moment you stop being a slave to your urges is the moment you start becoming stronger. Self-discipline isn't about suffering. It's about choosing what's truly valuable over what's easy. Every time you resist, you train your mind to be stronger. You build mental toughness. And over time, your urges lose their control over you. 2. Find your purpose. Replace the habit with something greater. The Stoics believe that a life without purpose is a life wasted. And that's why so many men struggle with this habit. They don't have something meaningful to focus on. Think about it. If your time and energy were focused on building a business, mastering a skill, or achieving a goal, would you still waste it on something that gives you nothing in return? The key is to replace the habit with something that brings real satisfaction. 3. Transmutation. Redirect your energy. Ancient warriors, artists, and thinkers knew a secret that most men ignore today. They understood that sexual energy is one of the most powerful forces in a man's body. And when wasted, so is his potential. But when redirected, when that energy is channeled into something productive, it becomes a source of unstoppable drive. Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest minds in history, stayed celibate his entire life because he understood this principle. He used that energy to fuel his inventions and change the world. Instead of wasting your energy on temporary pleasure, use it to fuel your ambition, creativity, and discipline. What happens when you quit? Imagine waking up every day feeling confident, energized, and in control. No guilt. No weakness. Just pure, unstoppable focus. Imagine feeling more motivated, more disciplined, and more determined to achieve your dreams than ever before. This is what happens when you break free. Your testosterone levels increase. Your mental clarity sharpens. Your drive skyrockets. Most importantly, you take back control of your own mind. This is true freedom. This is what the greatest men in history understood. It's not just about quitting a habit, it's about becoming the man you were meant to be. Now the choice is yours. Will you stay stuck in the cycle, or will you take control? Will you keep letting this habit steal your potential, or will you rise above it? Remember this, no great man in history was ruled by his desires. The ones who changed the world were the ones who mastered themselves first. If you're serious about leveling up and becoming your best self, Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it with that one friend who needs to hear this. Let's grow together. Your journey to self-mastery starts now.